Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Rory. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Bulldogs.
Calvin.
Coach Calvin.
Oh, I can sense one thing. An up and about dog and a flat cow. And cow.
Flat cow.
I'm with you. I'm flat as well. And so were a lot of people this week because the fantasy gods were...
Slapped us, didn't they, Roy?
They slapped us hard.
Can't be too flat, though. What a day today was with the big freeze at the G.
It's good.
Magnificent. Always good to watch. And, geez, a cracking game as well.
It was a cracking game. But, yes, I do love the slide dog.
The Dees.
And a lot of money raised as well.
A lot of money raised. Now, awesome. Cow, I always think about you.
Of course you do. You're obsessed.
Going down the slide. What you would
it's
do.
You and it's mums. Yeah.
What would you dress as? Would it just be a pirate? Is that what you'd go as?
It would have to be a stock standard pirate.
Yeah.
What sort of pirate, though? Like stock standard? What's a stock standard? Is it
an angry one?
Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean?
I just go down to
Feathersword from the Wiggles?
No, you can't Feathersword.
I've had a sneak peek at his score. It's an angry drunk pirate.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Anyway, right. Let's get into it.
Well, who would you get dressed up as?
Who would I? Just a dog.
Like a sick dog or a hot dog?
Looking at my score, a sick hot dog this week. What about you, Roy?
Keep rolling. I'd pull the red cap out and pull some sick moves.
Well, if people want to see that, I've actually got a video. I might have to tweet that out later on of Destroy Court.
What do you mean?
That's a stitch up.
Yeah. Look out for that. All right, let's talk about scores.
I will not look
week.
out for that.
Oh. Now, Calvin, we did look at our scores before, and there was a late score update that helped you out a little bit.
My team sucks so bad, it couldn't even get into the 1600s. It had 1599.
Oh, that would have been brutal.
Smirky Quirky over here. Had a great old time.
Oh,
he kept saying,
that for you?
Cow, have you written your scoring yet? I said, oh, my God. He goes, I'll do it for you. Right in. So, 1607 with a little late update, and it's... He's done it again. What? Next to my ranking. Big drop.
Hang on.
Why has he done that?
I'll edit it. Very big drop. You dropped about 1,000 spots.
Yeah, but that's okay. No, it's not okay, Cow. What are you doing? I don't think I need to be rubbed in every time I come here.
That's not fair, dog.
Would it happen the other way? Yes. Twice as much. Roy, how did you go this week?
Well, it looks all right. It looks par, 1728.
Looks great next to mine, Roy.
But it's not when you factor in, I threw a lot into this week.
The kitchen
This
sink.
was my week to make up some ground.
Right.
Attack.
Like bench options to drop off players. Chasing premiums, chasing what I thought was going to be big VC scores.
Yep.
And it all backfired into what looks like par. But when you factor in what I've thrown into it, dog, I'm there with you. It's a 1,600 equivalent.
Is that bad for next week? Then?
It's very bad for next week, dog.
You've gone.
Flagged.
You've gone. Well, the Warn Dogs.
What's he going to write next to your score next week?
Where is he? He's not turned up. Like, I seriously might
Anyone
not turn up.
Mountain. Have your face on the side.
Okay, Smuggy.
It's not that good. It's 1765, but it was good enough to move me up a little bit. So just sitting very much outside the top 3,000. 3,002nd
well
overall.
Done. Happy for you.
Yeah. Killing it.
Here it is! That's what you did, Jenny. You stuck it right up them.
Clary, Oliver, 146. Him and Bowie combined for 200 this week.
What a magnet.
He's so good.
God.
That half-time, he scored more than my VC in Lachie Neal.
Yeah.
And I was going, oh, boy.
Were you
when you're going to be worried about a 130 from your VC.
If you didn't have that from your VC, would you have considered him?
No,
it's
I would have
nice
gone.
matchup.
Clary was higher than Max on Calvin's captain, so I would have
he?
gone with that.
Was he?
I think so.
There you go. And
I would have done it anyway. I gave people advice of that today, and they probably go, my God, Warn Dog is such a good expert at this game.
Because that actually went against Calvin's captains.
Did it? Nah.
It did.
Who knows captains? Not me. So,
I can't believe this.
Nah.
I'm going to see what he said.
He went against the company line.
Warn Dog.
Okay, fine.
Next week, captains doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't. Next week, you're going to get the fake version of Calvin's captains.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like everyone else
Hey,
gets.
Roy, all right, I'll show you the real one.
Thank you, mate.
And then throw it in the bin.
How are you going to pick any players from it this week? Because normally you try to get some of your players right up the top there.
Well, we got Geelong play West Coast. There's a good point to start. Place to start.
I
So
might get Guthrie in.
a few trade targets there, Roy.
All right, still talking some
Still
plus
rolling.
threes.
Oh, positive.
Have you got any?
Well, I went with Cripper.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one?
Not the chippy one.
Chippy was
He
good.
was very
He
good,
was
actually.
good.
He always is.
Now, I go to him. He only had 106, but he had 2 points in the first quarter. And I was watching it. I get like a pain in my stomach when my players don't perform.
Yeah.
You know,
By quarter time, it was turning.
I don't know if it's like a nervous pain.
Yeah.
And like I've tried
I know
to
where it is.
appendicitis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that where you're...
I
Is
think
that where
so.
you get it?
Well-
I get it right there too.
Not even a poo fixes it.
No, nothing does.
So anyway, I was watching it, 2 points in the first quarter, and then he went 39, 30, 35.
Yeah.
Smacked it out coming home. So I was worried.
So you
went
give it a
bodacious.
plus 3 to someone that just got a ton. 106.
Let's go back to my score, shall we?
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what they're all about.
Yeah.
I sent him a rocket, and he responded very well.
Roy, where's yours go to?
Well, he was supposed to go this week, and it's another problem now he's created in terms of me reaching 18. But Nick Daicos, hats off, back-to-back tons, and 114. There's not many defenders actually doing that at the moment, and he is looking so busy back there.
The thing is, this was the time to sell him next week.
It was.
And some people have sold him the last couple of weeks, which is probably some good strategy as well.
Yeah.
But this week he's got his
backfired.
buy. He's been a cash cow that's done his job. He's got a new lease of life.
He has.
Back-to-back tons.
D6
Yeah.
for the rest of the year.
100% he is.
How can you get rid of
You
somebody
can't.
with a low break-even scoring 100s?
I heard Fred Durst talking about him earlier
What did he
today.
say?
Something about rolling something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard him singing something
Wow.
about it.
You're an idiot.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
Do you boys want to go first,
Yeah.
or do you want me to?
This is a -6.
Right, why?
He was
captain.
He was the captain. Max Gawn, 63. 63.
126.
As I said, ignore Calvin's captains. Bin it. Don't listen to anything I say out there, people. I apologise if you had him here trying to bring it home to save your weekend. And Max, he was banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
However.
He wasn't looking great even before that.
Ooh, what are you saying?
Oh, he only had a 40 or whatever.
Yeah, he had 40 at the half.
So, like, it was.
It was disgusting.
Like, look at the matchup.
Yes.
I don't care if you're banged up. You got pants by Cox.
Yes.
And banged up. I didn't even mean to say that. Can we delete
G-rated
that?
show.
I know, but I didn't actually mean to go down
Cox
that
was
path.
good, though.
He was
good, yeah.
He was like Richmond prelim final form.
He was. Yeah, no, he certainly was. But, like, Max should not get... What word can I use
He got
here?
towed up.
He got towed up.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he was hurt. You can't give a -3 to someone.
Oh, you
hurt.
can. I have too. That's the second time this year he's scored me a sub 100 as captain.
Did I tell you to do it? Yep.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
You can't give a -3 to someone that's hurt unless it's Butters as well. So, he was bad before he got hurt.
Yes.
and,
He was.
Should have been traded at the round 12 bye like the plan probably was.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
I need him
through.
so bad this week.
I know. Well, let's see what's wrong with him in everyone's favourite segment.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
Alrighty,
It sounds like the ABC News.
biggest news to come out of the weekend, I guess, is not from on the footy field, and that was Bailey Smith. So,
Bailey.
as we know, he's got 2 weeks suspended starting this week now because they had the bye on the weekend. So, he'll miss 14 and 15. Most people traded. Roy, you traded.
Yeah.
If you held thinking, I can get through that or anything like that, it's probably going to be an even bigger must trade now because you'll probably get at least 2 weeks is what it sounds like for his indiscretion or his social media videos that have been out over the weekend.
Yes.
So it's for those draft leagues. That's the massive thing. You got a big when he gained that forward status.
Yeah, too much swag. Fantasy gods all over it. Swooped in.
So he will be missing. Right. A few injuries out of the weekend. One of them was a trader's curse. Darcy Parish on
wasn't it?
Friday night.
He said he was going 150.
Yeah, and he ticked all boxes form-wise leading
But people
into
bring
that.
him in, yeah.
30 points. Corked calf. So
He
we'll have to see
tried
what
to
that
go.
looks like.
He tried
for
to
him.
run through it. Oh, was it only corked?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that would add to the anger.
Because that happened really early in the game.
It did.
So,
he really couldn't run it out, could he?
There were probably some bonus points there in that, to be fair.
Cooked calf, man, he's going to be cheap for the rest of us at some stage.
Sure will.
Like a few players. Butters, as we mentioned there, head knock for him. So apparently he broke his cheekbone, but they said he'll play. So it can't be too bad.
Look,
maybe they could mask up.
The human pinball is kind of tough because he gets back up.
Yeah.
But
on a scale of Paddy Dow to 10 of human pinballs, or 0 to Paddy Dow, where does he sit?
Yeah, he's right there with him.
Is he?
Yep.
Right, equal.
Do you know how many tackles he laid this week? 1. How many marks? 1.
Oh.
Like, you're just getting pushed around out there.
Yep.
Lift.
So he's going to play, though.
I need him to play. Sorry. I need him good too. Come on, Butters.
Captain.
Be the Butters mouse.
From the Carlton game as well, Carlton and Bombers game, Chera, 5 points. He was, hamstring tightness, and they basically said that he's very unlikely for this week.
Yeah,
so
that's not cool.
Cheap in a few weeks, Rory?
Well, 100% he will be. He'd be absolute bargain basement.
Yeah. Now, there's a bit of carnage at the Gabba, and the biggest fantasy name there, well, actually, there's 2 big fantasy names. We'll go Zorko first, as he's the most expensive of them. Hammy, Mitch Cleary did put out the info there that it's on the lower end. 50-50, though, for his next game, which is round 15. So the Lions have the bye this week.
Who's that matchup? You're not risking someone his age with his
he's a trade
injury history. He's not playing that
He was
game.
doing all right too. So I think he'd only played like 40% of the game.
So they play the next Thursday. So it's even the first game of round 15 against Melbourne.
Look, I'm going to have to trade that.
When I bought him in for a 49, 91, and now a 67. That is horrendous.
Thanks and goodbye.
I'm going to say that's nearly never again list material.
That's Zane Dorco stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Good one, Roy.
Good one.
Jeez, you've come firing today.
Well, I meant to do that
now,
one.
In this game as well, the other big fantasy name was, of course, the most traded in player, Mitch Owens, concussed there on 11 points. God. A couple of minutes before that, he was on fire after getting from his negative score up to into double figures. So
we learned something about him, though, didn't we?
What?
He's a guy that cannot recover from a negative.
Yeah.
So
he was going nowhere.
He had an opportunity.
Well, yeah, has a bit harsh, Bill.
It's funny you didn't give him your -3.
I thought about it.
Well, he nearly counted in your team. That's the thing.
He counted for a few people. Like if you scrape to
definitely.
that 18.
Definitely. And that's why you
me.
always want more than the 18. Yes, we always say, yep, just as long as you get your 18, but anything more is definitely a bonus because anything can happen. That's the other part of it.
And like the fun, like it's not funny, but so the thing is, no, people have been saying, oh, well, I did strategize to get to the 18 and that, but there's other people on the flip side that have made massive sacrifices to get that extra 20.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you've planned for it, yada, 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 but chasing points and sacrificing points in the lead up to that is a thing as well, isn't it?
It is. Zach Jones did his hammy in that game. There were a few others there, not as fantasy relevant, but a bit going on out of that one leading into this week. Now, for the Freo team, they lost Blake Acres, subbed out with a hamstring, so it's about a month worth with that one by the sounds of it.
He's very upset about it.
Josh Kelly cramped up. Some called it a hamstring injury.
I saw that breaking squirt.
Yeah.
That was off source.
So he was just sort of cramping up, and I saw him grab it, and then he stayed on the ground for a bit longer, even got a +6.
Needed it.
In that, yeah. Well, and then went to the pine. But he did cop that heavy tag in the game too. That was quite significant. He should have had a lot of free kicks for watching that.
Yeah.
Bloody oath. I reckon that'll be taken to the review.
Kanye West, it was.
Why would you actually do that and do it for a full game?
Yeah.
Like, was that going to get you back into the game when you were getting flogged at half time?
And meanwhile, what was Cogs doing to him?
Annihilating.
Racking up, kicking goals. And I'm like, they might switch the tag
so
here.
Can you just explain to me why you would bother to continue with something like that? Like,
one reason.
Obviously, it hurt me because I was chasing a VC there, but I'm just stepping out of my fantasy shoes for a minute. Why would you keep doing that? How would that get you back in the game?
Stupidity.
Are they happy to walk in and say, you got to win, you only kept him to 30 touches?
Yeah. It's stupid.
Anyway.
Now, we're not actually, I don't have the news as yet because we are recording this pretty much fresh out of the Queen's birthday game. But Jason Horne-Francis, does he cop weeks for...
Too right he does.
Does he get a week or is it a fine? what he did to Josh Kelly.
He gets a week.
It's his second indiscretion, isn't it?
Yep.
He's been fined once. I don't know if
I don't think that
if there's
factors
any. Doesn't
anymore.
that factor?
You can't go whacking my VC.
No.
He goes for that.
He goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if he doesn't get suspended for that, the club might suspend him the way he's
He
going.
might get dropped. They've got the bye anyway this week, so it was time to sell him anyway, but a poor score.
You heard his feelings dropping him? Trade him out, didn't you?
Jeez, that's one thing I've got right this year. He was actually trading him
He
before that
was
poor score.
29. 29.
Not good.
No, it wasn't.
Good. Speaking of another rookie, Daniel Disco Turner, he had a head clash this afternoon, and I would say, well, they've got the bye, but does he come back in anyway?
Oh, you're on the back foot, aren't you?
He started all right. He looked all right out there. He got a little bit
be
busy.
a good player, but no,
And
he
then
won't get back in now.
We don't know what's going on with Max Gone. They've got the bye. He's probably just sore.
He's fine.
Is what it's going to
I
be.
heard
So he should
injury,
be right.
injured hip, ankle, and back.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll have a week off then, Max.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Some Magoo's news, which is always a great part of this, Cal, because we might need some of these guys. Where we're going to start is Port Adelaide. So, Brynn, Teakle, or is it Brian?
It's Brynn.
Right. 13 disposals, 11 hit-outs, 3 goals and 77 points for him. Now, Hayes, who was sick but omitted, he had 17 disposals, 9 marks, 33 hit-outs, so he was the main man in the ruck, and 115 points.
So he comes back.
Well, here's some comments from Brett Montgomery. The temptation to play Brynn Teakle after his strong Sandford performance will certainly be there. He's an infectious character since the day he's arrived, and he's fitting really well. He's only been there a week or so, hasn't he? His performance was really good. Whether this week or not, it's coming. So he's a chance. 190k ruck forward. The worry, you'd think that Hayes goes in first, but then he's followed up with this and said, I thought the Finlayson and Dixon combination probably gave us the best look we've had in quite some time.
Ouch.
We were looking for a bit more bite in some areas rather than just hit-outs. And I thought Jeremy brought that in spades.
Oh.
Hayes is not coming in.
No, he's not.
Oh.
But I don't think you'd be bringing in an infectious character.
No, same here. Not in this day and age. Health and safety protocol.
Everyone will be out of the team next week.
He's going to have to be playing in a mask, I reckon, will be happening in that game.
Well, Dog, you got me excited about a downgrade target. That is
He's
not
a
happening,
chance.
mate.
Oh, he's a chance.
He's 190k ruck forward.
He's more chance than Hayes playing.
I think so. Yeah.
You're saying there's a chance. No, there's not.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. The other Magoo's news. Dom Sheed had 34 disposals, 106. Now
Magoo's, Dom Sheed.
Yeah, so he's coming back in.
How good are West Coast?
Jai Cully had 10 disposals and only 34 points. He was one of those mid-season drafts. Some raps to potentially get a game. Jack Billings will be in, especially with all that carnage at the Saints after his 31 disposal, 126-point game. Hunter Clark also got through as well.
Oh, yes,
points,
I've got them both in draft.
Now, the Hawks, Warple at 118, Connor McDonald 98. Now, the one that we might want and want to see is a defender, 190k.
Yep, I'll
Bombers
take it.
picked him, and Bombers probably need some players to actually have some
they do.
kicker in the game. And that's Massimo D'Ambrosio.
Oh, welcome.
Who was that, Cal?
I wasn't listening.
No, I could tell. So he played off half-back, had 33 disposals, 5 marks and 101. So there was a little bit of chatter about it too, going, God, get him in straight away. So he could be one that we look at.
Nothing better than a good player knocking on the door of a bad team.
Exactly.
Come on, Roy. But anyway, as soon as he's in, we're picking him.
Hell yeah, we're picking him. That excites me. Yep.
Don't forget you can watch the VFL and Waffle matches along with live stats on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app. We're very lucky to be joined on the podcast today by Crows defender and fantasy guru.
Legend.
Expert. Tom Doedee, welcome to the show, mate.
It's an absolute pleasure. Don't call the guru or expert early until I reveal my score because it's a bit of a misleading intro, I reckon.
Well, you've picked up AFL Fantasy this year. I think you've been playing lots of other fantasy sports over your lifetime.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, NFL Fantasy is my number one. I've played that for a lot of years now, and picked up Fantasy Premier League, the soccer comp. That was the raging success. I finished 40k overall out of about 9-point-something million, so I did well there. But having basically the exact opposite sort of role in AFL Fantasy. It's not going too well for me.
So your AFL Fantasy team, your classic side where you've got your salary cap and you can pick players from every club in the league. Have you stacked yours with a few too many crows, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I went hard early and was full of optimism as the Crows faithful were as well. And look, it hasn't worked out too well. Keezy's been good. Smithers and Dawson have had some good games here and there. But yeah, there wasn't too much else going on, to be honest. Laird, Jacko Haitley, but overall, I probably would have been better off if I went for a win versus a Crows faithful side.
So you guys are on the bye this week. Did you have a nice week off?
I had a nice week off. Yep, I was up in the Goldie and enjoying some sun up there and visiting some family, which was great. Just every now and then checked into my fantasy team and had a little cry, and then just moved on back to getting some sun and enjoying the time off. But it was outside of the fantasy team. It was a wonderful couple of days off.
So that's where we're leading to. Your fantasy team this week with a fair few crows in there. What did you end up scoring?
So I've pulled out a whopping 865.
I beat someone. Wow.
I'm not completely across what a great score is week to week, but I'm pretty sure that's horrific.
Yeah. Look, mate, it's hard. The bye rounds are hard.
They are, Roy.
And you've copped the raw end of it, obviously. So next year, you'll be better prepared for the upcoming bye rounds. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. Spread it out a bit more.
Yeah.
I think I'd captain Clayton Oliver, which is another lesson I learnt this week. That if if I don't captain myself, it actually works out better for your team.
So you've been making yourself skipper week to week.
Hey, so you scored 800 and Oliver scored basically 300 of them.
Yeah, you Parrish 30, Butler 43, Bindager 39, Owens 11, Boys 38, Durden 30, Callow 40. It was just
that is unbelievable, isn't it? That is so unlucky.
Yeah.
You copped every bad guy there.
Bounce back though.
Yeah, and I think three of those I got told to bring in by Warney. So
there you go.
That would be right.
So you better be set up for this week then, I would say, with all your returning crows. Now, we're coming off your bye. 6 teams have had their bye, and one of the great things that we like to try to do, strategy-wise, is pick up players who have had their bye. You guys have had it.
Yep.
Should we be getting Laird? Is he the number one target for you blokes?
Yeah, I think so. He's just an accumulator. He just always seems to find it, and he loves finding the pill. Obviously, we hear enough about it off field and on field he delivers regularly. But no, he's probably the number one. And then with Geordie Butts coming back, Nick Murray's healthy, and our key backs should be back in stock. So then Geordie Dawson should be further up the wing or playing a bit more half-back role. So less defensive stuff, more attacking for him, hopefully. So they'll be the two that I'll definitely have in the team going forward.
Right. Although it's great news for the Crows, mate, those returning defenders, I've got a little question for you about one of your mates back there. Now, I thought he went really well on debut. Patrick Parnell.
Yeah.
But he copped that corky, and I'm fearful that I won't see him again when I need him this week.
Will he be playing in the Oz kick this week?
Oh, shut up, dog. It's a serious question I've got firing here.
Yeah, when I posted the thing on my Insta story about him debuting, I got a lot of responses from mates saying, is that the work experience kid, and how old could that bloke be? I thought you weren't allowed to draft 12-year-olds and whatnot. But no, he's done some runnings this morning. We've obviously got a long week for a Sunday game, so still got a while to figure out whether he's going to be up and about to play. But no, he showed a bit, didn't he? He's left foot, right foot. He's pretty comfortable on both.
I thought he looked great, yeah. So what's the chances? 10%?
I honestly could not tell you how early it is. He ran today and coming off the corky if you're running on a Monday.
So that's a good sign. Now, sorry, I'm being a bit selfish here, boys.
Yeah,
this is my show now.
Keep going, Ron.
Expected.
So a lot of people were thinking that he was only there for the 1 week hit due to the injuries. Do you think that was always the intention, or was he every chance to earn a spot in the side?
No, he definitely earned that debut. It wasn't a case of just everyone rolling down or injury wise, and we just had to put him in. He's been in some terrific form, and we saw it from him last year and knew that he could bring a bit. And the fact that he was bringing it consistently week in, week out in the sample was basically it was a reward for the hard work he put in. We do have a lot of blokes back after the bye week. We got Brownie's come back from COVID, and Will Hamill's obviously starting to put his hand up to that spot.
Yeah.
Andy McPherson's healthy. We've got some guys that can come in and play there. So it's not going to be a lock to play this week, especially coming off a corky. But yeah, he definitely earned that spot, and we're incredibly proud of how far he's come in such a short period of time, considering where he was at.
Yeah, awesome.
5 months ago.
So, reading between the lines, Roy?
5%.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll pump him up for about 5 minutes, but yeah, 5%.
Rightio. Now, Roy, you might want to get this bloke back. Jackson Haitley.
Oh,
Roy
yes.
I
was
might do
all
this.
in on him picking up 2 weeks ago, and we did, and he's been great over the last few weeks. Roy traded him out this week.
I did.
Should he get him back? Because his form's been pretty good,
I won't
Jacko.
hesitate.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. He was sort of, last year he had a little bit of groin issues. I remember seeing something in fantasy. It would have been you boys right, probably, that he was on the watch list early because he'd come from GWS and was a great opportunity to impress and a cash cow or whatnot. But no, he's got through all that groin stuff and all those little niggling injuries, and he's starting to put together some really good form, and excited to see what he brings going forward. I've got him in my team, but I'm judging off my score. I wouldn't really take that for too much. But no, he's definitely someone to keep an eye on.
I'm just looking, his CBAs were down a fair bit from what he was doing there about 4 weeks ago. Is that a concern, or can I just bring him in?
His CBA, I'm gathering, like centre bounce.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really. I'm sort of like looking at it going, I'm thinking that's what it is. But I'm not really sure where that's come from, to be honest. But he's definitely a midfielder. So whether he's maybe a little bit forward or the centre bounces happened when he was off or whatnot, I'm not sure exactly. But no, he's definitely a midfielder.
He got pushed out to a wing, I think.
Yeah,
last
okay.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he can still
He's
score
all
right there. He'll be right.
He'll still rack it up.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Lucky.
Tom, back half of the season now, your fantasy team, what have the learnings been so far, and how are you going to lift up your game towards finals?
Don't listen to Warnie. Number
Yeah,
one.
there you go. We've learnt that.
Obviously next year I'm going to plan the bye weeks better. But I think the main thing is putting research in earlier in the week so that later in the week I'm not making a frantic decision before the deadline or the cut-off, or I'm like getting on a plane or going to training and I'm making a quick decision just to get it done, because I sort of have a pretty average team across the board, and I've realised that's because of a lack of commitment throughout the midweek sort of time frame.
So we've got to commit.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
What sort of things
Yeah.
would Nixie say at training during the week about your fantasy team about the commitment? What would he drill into you?
Oh, piss week, turn it up, sort of set up. I reckon he'd be more along the lines of like arm around the shoulder and just it'll come, mate. Trust me. You can keep if it'll work out one game, you'll score a respectable score once, and then you'll get a good week. But I think the main advice for myself is put a bit more work in, stop captaining myself, and
easy
keep loading
fix.
You've got Tommy in the back line there, or Rory Laird in the guts, who's racking up plenty of the pew in your team. So
I love it.
no, it's good. Back
Don't
yourself
lose that
in.
confidence.
Hey, one thing I'm flagging, and this might help you on the run home. You might turn things around in season here. You guys, especially for midfielders, have the easiest run home. Like Lairdy, I don't know if he's aware of this, but his run home is hot, hot, hot.
So you're saying I should push myself into the midfield?
100%. If you
Where it
do,
is.
you will rack. And I'd put a C on your own head if you're in the midfield, because a lot of very friendly matchups. So
Nice
just
one
a
this
little
week
heads
too.
up there. You might even want to put a C on your teammates that are
That is
playing through the midfield.
Yeah, I've got Keys, Haitley, and Lairdy in there. Didn't go early on Saligo, which I'm regretting because he's a little gun.
Yeah.
But that's music to my ears, considering I'm loaded up on the Crowies.
Yeah, no, good stuff ahead for you, mate.
Yep. Enjoy.
Very good.
Thanks. That's positive. Probably the only positive happened to my fantasy team in the last, I don't know, year.
You'll be right.
Well, thanks so much for being on board this year, and we're looking forward to, hopefully seeing the progress of your side over the next few weeks as we run towards the finals. And good luck to yourself and the Crows. Thanks for joining us, Tom.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
All right, boys, we've got, the last bye round coming up. So that means that we've now had 12 teams have had their bye.
Okay.
So coming off their bye this week, we've got the Crows, Tommy Doedee's Crows, the Cats, the Suns, the Swans, the Eagles, and the Bulldogs. And remembering our strategy should be trading in players who have had their bye. Because this week, the buys are Lions, Pies, Dockers, Hawks, Demons, and Kangaroos. So,
Right.
trade
I
out
remember
some of
this.
those guys.
I remember this part.
Right.
It's where we talk about Zach Merritt.
Yes.
It's all right. He was better than some of your players.
That's true.
He was
Actually,
disappointing.
he was
though.
better than Josh Kelly if you take price into account. Yes, Warndog, you're correct.
Yeah, he was,
So,
definitely.
So anyway, let's look
He
at
wasn't tagged, though.
what we should do. Oh, he just played the best midfield in the
Well, that's true.
competition.
No, that was harsh on him. Sorry.
We've still got our 3 trades, and it's best 18 as it is. So if you haven't already, go and flick all of your buy players onto the bench and see that you can get towards your best 18. Hopefully this week, though, you might be pushing 20 plus, maybe even a 22 for a lot of
Wow.
good coaches.
No, not
That's a
close
lot.
for me. Bad coach.
All right, let's have a look at what we're going to do then. So, players to bring in. Let's start with the line by line. Let's go defenders. So, coming off their bye, would top of the tree be Tom Stewart? Or do you wait for him after that concussion because he only had 44? His price will probably
Yeah,
drop
I don't think you need to jump on him
In
this
defence
week.
here, I'm going to say, dog, let's not forget the ones that have already come off
the
too,
week
because
before.
Whitfield is the man.
Whitfield's
down
probably
back.
the target. I was going to get to him later. I was just
sorry,
going to
dog.
talk about the 13s
Okay,
first.
Sorry, carry on.
Didn't you come to that meeting that we have and plan out this podcast
My
really
bad, sorry.
carefully? The other ones there coming off the bye, Dawson, I think he's great, and what Tom said there,
Great run home.
probably
Yes,
the
sounds
more
delicious.
Yeah.
pushing up the ground, more opportunity there. So at 834k, he is definitely an option there. Brodie Smith is another one that you could consider. His last 3, 97. And if they've got that good a run, Cal, his last 3 games, 108, 81 and 102. So solid for a 650 price tag if that's
It's
all
cheap.
you can afford.
Well, that's it.
That's the thing. Lizard, no. Lloyd, no.
What's going on with
Bulldogs.
Lloyd? Like, surely he can turn it round.
No.
No, he can't.
And the Bulldogs there in Daniel and Dale. I don't think you're getting really anything that you really want from them,
No.
value-wise or anything. So now we can look at those players before. I think Whitfield probably is the number 1 target.
I think so.
He did have 14 marks to have that 130.
That's what he does, though.
I think 5 of them had double-figure marks.
Yeah.
So
Himmelberg.
it's inflated, but you're not expecting 130 for the rest of the year.
No.
That was his best score for the year by 29. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we can't even just say that was matchup based. That is roll.
And it looked like it too. And that was
100%
his
it
first
did.
game under Spike, wasn't it?
It was.
Or did he
Yes.
play before?
That
No,
was his
first one.
So it's his first one on the spike. He's back on the wing and across half back.
Yeah, he was doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, exactly. What a surprise then, 14 marks,
Yep.
130.
Yep.
So he's not going to average 130, but he'll average over 100, and it was only his second 100 for the year.
And his value.
Huge value.
All right. Other players then. Oh, well, Himmelberg. Is he a
Look,
chance to...
Dog,
Okay.
Okay, we all go ha-ha as if at this time of the year.
He had a lot of marks.
He did have a lot of marks, and he's not playing a team that easy. However, his 3 top scores for the year are post-role change
Yep.
under his new coach.
Yep.
2 of them are hundreds. You can't ignore that fact.
You can't.
Now, he's not going to average 100 the rest of the year, and that second one is obviously ridiculous. He's not going to touch 160 again.
161.
But let me say it again. His 3 highest scores, and they're significantly...
They are.
2 of them are significantly higher. They're over like 25 points higher than anything else he'd produced
He
all
went
year
up $91,000. That's the flag for me.
in one game.
Yep.
My God. The thing is, though, the role change is there.
Yeah.
And it is a far
So
more
600.
fruitful role for him.
Yep. I
If
agree.
that's all you could get to,
Oh, it's not. I'm not here saying
yeah.
chase it.
No.
But I am saying, God, that's interesting.
Peatling's still there too.
Peatling
Cheap.
kicked another 3 goals.
Yeah, 3 goals
He
in
did.
each week
Yeah.
under Spike.
Yeah. That's
Must be-
9 all up in 3 weeks.
Good maths. All right, let's have a look
No,
at...
he's going well, though.
So if we're going to say that, then obviously you still got at the top there. You'd still be going Doherty if you could. He had another
Oh,
huge
my
game.
God, yeah. Number 1, R22.
Yeah.
Hewitt's still some value.
Yep.
Had an 87, I think it was.
Yeah, disappointing. No tackles for Super Huey.
Oh.
He's only Huey when he's not tackling.
Yeah, right.
Hence the score. But nothing to be worried about. He is still a
Right.
target.
Players off the bye in the midfield. So Callum Mills, will you pay $9.59 for him?
Jeez.
Oh, well, if you don't, he'll whack you with 150s.
Yeah.
in your
Would you
face.
prefer Laird over him at $9.27 with that fixture?
I like the fixture a lot, and I like the stability. He'll never sit at full back.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it?
He'll never get tagged either, Laird.
The thing is, Laird, so he's got
Not that
Suns
Mills
this
does.
week. In his last 6 games, he's gone over 118 5 times. So he's not going to do your Mills 150s, I don't think.
No,
but he's just that
always
120 guy every week.
A little bit cheaper there at 8.18 is Guthrie, who's gone at 113 in his last 3.
Yeah, he's on, isn't
Starting to come now.
he? He is.
Do you think he's all right?
100%. He's got an easy matchup this week.
You've been watching him closely.
I have
haven't you?
been. Now, so of course he's got West Coast this week, coming off 98, 126, 114. So he's getting back to be what he was last year.
Yeah, an elite premium.
So
he got
what
himself to that category.
Yeah.
What can he be for the rest of the year? A 105?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's value for that.
And his value
Where's that game against West Coast?
over in Perth.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Probably the other ones there, like if you don't have McRae or Teakle, you want them.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Teakle over McRae.
Like Tuke's over $130,000 down on his asking
Starting.
price.
Yeah.
That's bargain. That's bargain
8.
territory.
Haitley at 6.31 coming off that
Bargain. Good draw, good player. Funny role. What you brought up there, that wasn't... He did actually have a role change.
But it was like we spoke this time last week that he was behind the ball a fair bit. And it was looking good, though, for those first 3 quarters until he had nothing.
So from round...
that can happen on a wing.
From round 8 to round 11, he had... These are his percentages of CBAs. So 80, 60, 62, 50. And last time he played, 4%. There's a big drop-off there.
It is.
And that was the game he scored that 83 and then didn't score in the last quarter.
Yeah.
So, but he's a little pig.
Oh, he's a great player.
Yeah.
And he's an option. I might bring him back this week.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. But I don't like that 4%, to be honest.
The midfielders from the round 12 bye, Josh Kelly, still an option to bring in.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess Zach Merritt, no. He's still the same price, though.
Look, if Darcy Parish is out...
Yeah.
It might actually help him. He might be in the middle
bit
a
of a
little bit
rocket up
more.
him.
But wouldn't hurt him to actually want the ball.
Yeah.
Like, call for it for a mark or...
Go back and get it, mate.
Like, if Dylan Shield is doing that effortlessly...
Yeah.
Like,
How good
why
was he?
can't
Shield was
Merritt?
massive.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's look in the ruck line. So Tim English is the one
Yes.
that you want. And obviously you can get him as a forward as well. So I think he'll be what people... He'll be one of the most traded in premiums this week, I would say.
I think so.
Definitely.
Getting back on board him if you were on him before, or it's an upgrade. If you're still rolling with Bruce,
Yeah, that we
I
got a
didn't write that down. Did I even talk about that?
Juicy Prusy.
Yeah, he was all right, but like he'll come back in, I think.
Yeah. If he comes back in solo, I might get him.
Oh, really?
I'm still not lying
Really?
about that. Yeah.
You're a bit of a sicko.
I am.
I don't know if you could put yourself through
I
it again.
could.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't go under 90.
Okay.
Ever.
In the forwards, then, apart from English, you've got all your Dunkley, Parker, Treloar, Bont, who's coming off a shoulder the same. He's been battling with that. Hopefully the week has been good to him,
surely.
having that, but I don't think you can jump on that.
I don't know. I might.
Okay.
If he's named, he's fine, surely.
You would think so.
Seen that with a few players.
And who's going to benefit here from Bailey Smith? It's a significant out.
It is.
How do they do that? Does someone benefit? It's not like he clogged up or took up a heap of the CBAs, but he
because
was always there.
Got his forward status.
Yeah, but he was always there.
And it'd just be like
for
an
some time.
even spread. Like that's
So
just how
all
I
of those
feel.
boys get a bit of a boost.
Yeah. And then someone else might just get a little bit or something. I don't know.
Because there's 30 possessions to get gobbled up.
They were pretty tight though, weren't they? Like with their centre bounce have been relatively tight.
Yeah,
they
I'm
haven't
looking.
put a lot of extra players in there.
No.
Although Libber's back in there now, isn't he? Is that right?
Libber is
After
probably
he had
out of the CBAs. I'm looking at him here. So Libber would be probably their number one man in there.
Yep.
And then McRae. Bont we was back in there about 70% last game. Dunkley's is always low, so he's around the 30% of CBAs. So, but Smith's about the 50%. So there is going to be
There's some.
there's a bit there.
There is.
Some. All right. Duncan's the other forward that would be worth having a look at.
This is real.
Because he's really cheap.
7.35.
Okay, he's coming off a 115. Okay, we've been waiting for him to show us something.
Yeah.
And he has shown it. He will take 15 marks against the Eagles. He will have a day out.
Look, he will. Injury is
I
always a concern
know.
with
You
Duncan.
just couldn't do it.
This is what we said about Zorko.
Yeah, God.
He's
Why
a
did
soft
we do
tissue
that?
waiting to happen, we said.
Yep.
Oh, he's got defender status. Let's get him.
Yep.
Soft tissue.
Of course.
So this is going to... Is it worth the risk with Duncan? He's very cheap.
Well, there's a thing. How cheap does he need to get before you go, I'm happy to risk that?
And if you're doing it, you do it now with that matchup
You do.
as his introductory game.
I still couldn't do it.
No.
But he could be 140 this week.
It's a bit to think about this week. We'll probably talk a fair bit more about trades on Thursday night
Yes.
for our Thursday
And
night
we've had a good look
live,
through it.
because we are coming a little bit blind out of this. Just a quick one there. You could be, you might be trading out some of those players that have got the bye this week. So, for example, Jason Horne-Francis, if you didn't trade him last week, you need to trade him now because he's dropping significant coin.
Yes.
But he's also suspended for 2 weeks, so that news has come through. So he's copped a 2-week
That poor
ban
kid.
there.
He's having a horrid run.
Yeah.
Isn't he? I think people need to probably give him a little bit of... Ease up a little bit on him.
Is Will Brodie an option to trade out?
I don't want to. I'm not worried about the Fife factor and things like that. I thought he was still pretty good on the
At an
weekend,
80.
to be honest. Yeah.
87, I think it was.
But if you're chasing points,
If
that is
this
a
was-
spot to do it.
Yeah, but if we, at the start of the year, the 380 or whatever it was we paid for him and said, he'll be there and they've got the last buy,
Yeah.
you would have thought, you beaut.
100%.
That's the best scenario in that.
I didn't know that he would be top 3 in my best and fairest, though. That's an issue.
Yeah. Anyway, there are some of the players to think about bringing in. Be smart with what you're trading out so your team is coming out of the buys looking better. Cal,
Okay.
you're improving your side.
Oh, I hope so. Here's the thing. Would you consider offloading one of the big dogs in your team this week?
Yes.
For example, Max Gone. Could he go to a Juicy Prusy
No.
pocket that you obviously didn't see score this week, mate?
Did you see what that turned out like when people did that
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
weeks ago?
We don't do it with Max.
Okay,
There's that
but
part.
another, could you do it
Could
with...
you go with Tim English?
Well, there you go.
What, Max to Tim English? I think we just leave Max.
I agree. Max
Okay.
Date. Okay.
Give me a different example, like Petraka maybe.
Petraka.
See ya.
Yeah, right.
I'm happy to cut that. Catch you later.
All right, I think we should look at our trades now ahead
Yes.
of round 14. It is our last buy round, meaning we've got our last chance to use 3 trades and try to improve our sides. Try to get as many players as we can for this last buy round. It's going to be a challenging one with those teams on the buy, but let's have a look. I'll go first.
Okay.
So, Zorko, injured. Might 50-50 to play in round 15. I'm going to go him to Whitfield, which is what my trade was before. Also looking at Will Brodie to Rory Laird because I've got the DPP to do that, and I'll get my coin from going Hayes down to Teakle. Not sure if he'll play or not, but if they're both not playing, I might as well have the one that I think's closer, and I'm getting coin for it.
Right, okay.
All right.
My
Get
trades are very similar to that, dog. So I've got the Zorko one as well, but I am going to cut Petraka.
Oh, are you?
Okay.
Right, you're doing it.
Well, I think so. I haven't been impressed with his scores.
No.
There's a 40 there that still looks at me.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at Jacko Haitley. With
Yep.
the drawer,
Yes.
I pocket 150, 100 and whatever odd
Yep.
K, and I reckon next week I can use that to fix up what would most likely be one of my last rookie spots on my
nice.
field. A little bit of thinking ahead.
Yeah, don't mind it. I'm going same as you guys. Zorko to Whitfield, Petraka to Guthrie.
Oh, okay.
Hoping for that instant reward versus West Coast. And, I'm just taking your word for it with the rookie, their dog, because I'll be going to a basement rookie somewhere, wherever they're available.
Hopefully we get one if one comes through.
Yep.
Anyway,
Let's
those
hope
are the
so.
trades. We're all holding on to Nick Daicos then.
100%.
We have to do it.
He's forced our hand, back-to-back hundreds.
Because
What
again,
a legend.
he would have been a perfect player to trade
Yep.
on his round 14 buy.
Yep.
Anyway, they're our trades. Thanks to Toyota. Oh, what a feeling.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
All right, boys, let's get through as many of these questions as we can in the time that we have got left in here before my toes freeze off.
Oh, yeah.
It's chilly in
cold.
here.
Super
Chilly
cold.
in here.
Anyway, we'll get through them. Let's see what we've got. So, JS Design wants to know, Zorko, Sam de Conning and Will Brodie to Laird, Himmelberg and Whitfield. Those 3 ins
the
sound
Berg.
good.
Yeah.
Look, since doing our trades, all I needed to hear was one person mention the Berg,
Yeah.
and I'm going to
Do
investigate
it.
harder.
For 600.
Huge role change. There is some massive beneficiaries of Spike entering. Not to mention the names of the guys. The team is averaging well over 100 on what they were doing prior.
Yep.
So there's points in the style of game, and some people are having huge benefits from the role change. Himmelberg with 160.
Yeah.
He's averaging 68 this year. And he's gone 100 and 160 in his last 2.
Wow.
And it's a big role change. You're not going to take 16 marks versus good teams, but you can take 8.
Interesting.
Right, Aiden wants to know, does he cop 17 this week?
Oh, no.
Or trade one of Crisp? No.
No.
Sick Dog?
No.
Clayton Oliver?
No.
Lachie Neal?
No.
Max Gone?
No.
Will Brodie? Darcy Cameron? Petrarca?
Yes.
That's the one you can go.
So
Yep.
you can do that.
Look, that
to get
dude
an 18.
is even clogging a mid spot.
Yes.
Like those other guys. So I ummed and ahed about Max, but no, he's in that ruck. So just leave him there. Will Brodie,
Yep.
maybe. But hey, he's doing well up there in the forward line. Petrarca is clogging the most important high-scoring line in the game.
Yep. I hear you.
3 weeks in a row. One of them was a 40.
All under 90, Roy.
Yep.
The last 3 weeks.
See you later.
Yep. He's definitely going for me this week.
Look, in about a month, if you really want him back, he's going to be even
Too right.
cheaper.
And because we're going to be starting to complete our teams,
Yeah.
right, with not many rookies on your field, you still need to use your 2 trades. So you will be just shuffling, these sort of guys, and a guy like Petrarca, you could easily bring back in.
If you ever want to.
If you want to.
Manny wants to know, trade targets in the forward line. Already got Dunkley, English, Cameron, Parker, Cogs are pretty good. I reckon
Oh,
they'll be
sorry,
pretty close
Mr.
to
Good Team.
a rolling 22.
Yes,
Canelio's a
definitely.
player we should have mentioned before that, yes, you can definitely get him if
Oh,
you don't have him.
hell
As
yeah,
well.
you
He's probably
chase
nearly
that.
your
That's a
number one
must-have.
target in your forward
That
line.
is the easiest trade you've got.
Yeah.
So Manny's saying, thoughts on Himmelberg?
Right. He's a here
The
again.
Berg.
Obviously, 600k, got the forward status, so he's playing in the back line.
You have to be prepared to be called a chaser by your mates and that if this fails.
Yeah.
100%. It's going to be in your face. Everyone will bag you.
But price is going up.
So he was doing lots. He wasn't just taking the chip marks. He was getting intercept marks. So he was playing the role really well. He was playing a team that is willing to kick it down the throat of the opposition, though.
That's yes.
That is a thing. They were. How many players had double-figure marks? There was like
about 5 of them.
5 of them. So
Yeah.
it was an easy game against Rich's Hats.
Yeah.
But that is so cheap for a guy that could average over 80 in that role.
600k. 600k.
He can average over 80 in that role, can't he?
I think so. Yeah.
It's just at this time of year, like it's funny. Pre-buys, I would say launch and have a risk.
Yeah.
Take a risk on that. This time of the year, it feels dirty,
It does.
silly.
Look-
Other people around you are like
We've
having
still
these.
got another 10 weeks worth of trades to use, though. We're talking about these completed teams.
Yeah.
They don't have to be the rolling 22 now. It's
No.
nice if it could be, but
They're
you
never
can roll
completed, are
through.
they?
You can roll through with guys that are making money that might be on a purple patch of roll and form
You
and
could.
cash going up.
So the Berg, break even of -5. You can hide behind that if you want to.
It's the buy rounds, man. You can do these things.
You can.
If he ended up being your F6, that's okay
We,
for a little while.
161. Get in my team.
161.
Yeah.
You might even be able to do some loop-de-doop with him off the bench.
I am not going to go on record as saying jump on the Berg, but I am going to say I am very interested.
Yeah.
We'll wake up
be investigating
tomorrow
further.
morning and we'll click on most traded in players. He'll be up there.
At the moment, he's
will.
in 0.5%.
Right.
I will be talking to sources about this move.
Okay. So what do you want to hear from sources? That the role
They're gonna
stays.
It just was not a fluke. That is his role.
We want the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
That.
And then I'll give a wink on Thursday night if that's the case,
Yep.
straight down the barrel of the camera.
Yep.
And it means
Go.
get on the Berg.
Right.
Toby wants to know, do I trade Nick Martin or Luke Ryan first?
Luke Ryan's an interesting one.
Yeah, he had a good score a couple
Yeah,
of weeks ago.
he did. I'm not a fan of Luke Ryan.
He's got the bye this week. Nick Martin doesn't. I'd nearly just go. You probably want to trade both of them at some point.
Nick Martin, he keeps surviving for me. But I do like the way he goes about it. So his possessions were down this week.
Yeah.
But he still had 5 marks and 5 tackles to get just under 70.
There you go.
So, yeah, I like him.
All right.
What's he done? Sorry.
No,
Sorry, dog. We just need to check Ryan.
Luke Ryan's only going at 83. That's not good
He had
enough.
that big one a couple of weeks ago.
Luke Ryan can go out of
Get
those
rid
two.
of Luke Ryan.
Jack wants to know, am I really about to reverse my Whitfield to Zorko trade from a few weeks ago? Yep, I'm doing it. I think I need to. Bringing Zorko in when Whitfield was out
Yeah.
has been another factor that I don't know how I'm ranked 3,000th this
No,
year.
I hear you.
He had that one saving score when he was injured where he hurt
Lost
his
his
hand.
finger.
Every time Whitfield gets back into our teams, he does it every year.
Yeah.
And then when he gets hurt again, because he will get hurt again, we just go, what were we thinking?
No,
This happens all the time.
no, I'm really confident with it. As soon as Spike was named, I nearly launched into Whitfield this week.
Yep.
That's how confident I am. There is zero hesitation from me. As soon as there was a new head coach that I'd already seen was putting all the players back in their best positions,
Yep.
I was just licking my lips thinking Whitfield is going straight to where he needs to be.
All right.
And he will stay there. And if he does get injured, bad luck. Use a trade.
There you go.
Is Peatling still a good stepping stone?
That's the word,
Starting
though.
to get the price up.
It
though.
is, and
That's
it's a
the thing.
stepping stone only. He's not going to kick 3 goals, or maybe he will kick another 3 goals.
I'm more interested in the Berg now.
But Peatling is 500. Okay. So it's another 100 less.
Is it 500 on the dot?
503. I rounded it.
Yeah. So I will reiterate
Every
what I just said.
$1,000 is important for
Oh,
all
yeah.
teams, Calvin. Do you see those tweets every week? There's multiple people that are $1,000 out.
I laugh when I see them.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
do.
are heartless.
I just go, you thought you were going to get it, now you're not.
David wants to know, what's the priority here? Offload Brodie or Butters? Who goes first out of those two?
Butters.
Brodie on the
Butters.
bye or Butters?
Oh, he
who
hasn't
has
got
his
a
bye?
damn buy, has he?
No.
Oh, how
Still-
many have you got?
Still Butters.
So, okay, to English
Yep.
or Zorko to Whitfield?
Or
English is a
Zorko.
much bigger must-have than Whitfield, I think.
Yeah. There's not
in
many.
this situation.
There's not many good defenders with value on their head at the moment either. So I think
Brodie doesn't exactly suck. Zorko to Whitfield's a priority there for me.
Butters does suck, though.
Yep.
At least he's
But at
playing.
least he's playing this week. If he's playing
Before
this week.
he's 55, he went like 93 weeks in a row.
He did.
Let's not forget that.
Right, you've got a bit of work to do, I reckon, before Thursday night, Roy, because Brendo wants to know who the heck are the top 2 rucks now?
Okay, no problem. I'm on it.
English
Yep.
and
It's still got to be Max.
Max
Has
is
to
second.
be.
Jeez.
But you're not trying to pick him though this week. Well, you can't because
God,
of the
no.
bye, but
No.
if you're trying to upgrade to someone,
So then I'd have to find Darcy Cameron still has to be in the team somewhere.
Yep.
what do you have today?
He had a bad game and it was still 85 or so.
Okay,
Max is going at 104 this year.
Yeah,
That's elite.
that's a lead. He's at 150 last week.
Yep.
He probably still deserves number 1 spot.
I think he does.
Yeah, but I'll send a rocket.
Good.
Number 2, he sits.
best rookie for Pete here to bring in this week.
Look, I'm assuming something will get named.
Oh, Brynn.
What about Chris Judd's son? He was all right. He had a 60 odd. I don't think he
was.
scored in the last quarter as well.
He was
No,
good.
and that,
so
that
if he
will
stays
happen.
in the side,
That
I think
will
he
happen.
what did he
stays.
get up to price wise?
So he
Well-
had 11 touches, 2 goals.
Judd's son. 257, so it's still cheap enough with the
It
mid-forward
is.
status.
It is. And they play first up Thursday night.
So, yeah, that's one thing that does
Yeah, I
get
know.
in my head of not being able to make these moves.
And I don't like dropping off a score basically before the weekend even started.
It's a tough matchup for him this
It
week
is.
too. Be lucky to get a kick.
In Port Adelaide.
What? Is it?
No, it's not. Oh, God, it's the Blues.
Exactly.
Sorry. Round 1 rematch, Roy.
Yeah. Good night.
Here we go.
Right. Well, I think that's enough,
Yep.
guys. We're going to be back on Thursday night for AFL Fantasy Live, so make sure you're tuning into that. You'll be able to tweet us with your questions. You'll be able to get them in the Facebook chat, and we'll do our best to help you with that ahead of another Thursday night game because we've got a run of those coming up. 7:20 start. That'll be on
It
Thursday
is.
for the Carlton and Richmond game. So plan out your moves. Plan out what you need to do as we get there. Roy.
Someone just tweeted me. I outscored Calvin with 15 players.
My God.
Oh, my God. Thanks for tuning in.
So sometimes we might emphasise
Holy hat.
Get 18.
warm bodies over
Yeah.
just get
Capable bodies.
proper players.
Yeah.
Because the 30s and that, they're not that useful.
No, they're not
Whatever you
useful.
do with your trades this week as well, don't forget to try to get them looking the best that they can be for after the buys. Hopefully,
Well,
you're
that's it.
not having any rookies on field, maybe, or if there is one, it's like a Nick Daicos or something like that. But wow, someone beat you this week, Calvin, with 15
Right.
players.
I'm out of here. Shut it down, dog.
15.
15. That's shocking. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on Thursday night.